Hello class, my name is Persian Coral and I will be describing the pieces I use under the five themes that demonstrate and relate to the human experience. And with the first theme, Innocence and Experience, I chose The House on Mango Street by Sanjay Cisneros and Salvation by Langston Hughes because with innocence it's normally associated with childhood and youth. And in Salvation, the 13-year-old boy he he did not understand the concept and meaning of being saved, and so he expected to see Jesus before him to help him. And it displays how a child would view his religion at that age, because 13 years old is still a fairly young age. And with the experience part of the theme, I chose the House of Mango Street because although the speaker was living in poverty, and not until the nun pointed it out of her current living conditions that it that maybe the speaker will someday be able to have will be able to afford a real home on her own when she gets older, because the tone in the end was disbelief because mom and papa only tell stories of owning real home, but she knows how that will probably end up, that maybe they might not be able to. So maybe the speaker will be able to in the future to have that real home that she can actually call her own. And with the the second theme, conformity and rebellion, I chose the Ballad Birmingham by Lily Randall and Letter from Birmingham Jail by Martin Luther King Jr. because they are about black racism, and they are based on historical events that occurred in Birmingham, Alabama, because they they feature the African American struggles with authority in a white dominant society. And when you have a massive amount of people being mistreated, they're they're bound to rebel in that society. So that's what happened. Although they were still being mistreated, they were still fighting for equality. Like King when he was sent to jail because he was standing up for his people. And he writes, but more basically, I'm in Birmingham because injustice is here. And so he knows there's injustice, and so he's one of the few, he's one of the several important people who was fighting for equality for his race. And the third theme is culture and identity, and I chose Telephone Conversation by Lowell Soyinka, which also signifies African American racism. So the second and third theme in my paper somewhat relate because they're under the same category. And although Soyinka's piece makes it apparent that there's discrimination, um, there's discrimination the with the customer on the other side of the telephone with the landlady. The customer is still respectful towards the landlady, even though the landlady is being rude, asking, "Are you dark or very light?" And with the fourth theme, love and hate, everyone experiences the emotion of loving and hating. And with the two pieces I chose, Say You Love Me by Molly Peacock and Bit by Carolyn Kaiser, they fight between there's conflict and struggles between the two emotions. Because Say You Love Me, the the daughter in the piece is struggling with loving and hating his father because he's being violent in the piece. He's violent and drunk in the piece, and is only asking for reassurance from his daughter. But it's also apparent that the daughter still loves him because Peacock uses unknown to me, a voice rose and leveled off. I love you, I said. Say I love you, Dad. I love you, Dad, I whispered. So there is a symbolism there between love and hate. And in Kaiser's piece, the word bitch is used to symbolize the speaker's inner feelings about her former lover of hating and loving him, because the tone is angry and then changes to wanting to be with him again. So she's struggling with loving and hating her former lover. And with the last theme, the presence of death, I chose Death Knocks by Woody Allen and The Cask of Amontillado by Edgar Allan Poe because they both display they both display death in a different light. Death Knocks displays it in a humorous way, and The Cask of Amontillado displays it in a more dark and evil way because Poe's piece is a murder and Montressor seeks vengeance and plans Fortunato's death. But in Death Knocks, although it's very unlikely for the Dark of Angel to appear in anyone's doorstep, it was Nat Ackerman's time to go, and so it's most likely due to old age. So I really enjoyed Death Knocks because it was humorous and funny. All in all, each piece mentioned was chosen to further illustrate how the essence of the human experience is present in all the pieces. People are born with the capability to love and hate, like in Bitch. Beginning from youth, people will also learn majority of the time from experiences, and some will struggle to conform into a particular society, like Letter from Birmingham Jail, and some will struggle to find one's identity and culture in a society, like in telephone conversation. And I just want to also note that discrimination and prejudice is an ugly human trait that appears in life and was present in Ballad Birmingham Jail, Letter from Birmingham Jail, and Ballad Birmingham, and Telephone Conversation. And in the end, life is also accompanied by death, unfortunately, and it may be caused by old age or the person's death may be caused by another human being, maybe planned, like a murder, or just from another human being, like a. And I just want to say that the human experience is just full of complexities. Life is never easy, but triumph may also follow difficulty. Thank you.